With the release of the new Wolfpack Beastmaster, the discourse around the fairness of LEGO CMFs has really ramped up. There's all sorts of ongoing debates on whether it's fair to use a scanner, the fairness of grabbing all of one figure at a store, among other things. So today I want to dive into that, give my personal thoughts, and wrap it up with some possible solutions that I think could improve this issue drastically. Now, this problem of CMFs not being fair has realistically always been a problem since the release of the Collectible Minifigure Series 1 in 2010. I remember as a kid going to the local toy shop, filling up a bunch of bags just to end up empty-handed, and there has never been an alternate way to get the figures directly from LEGO without some sort of mystery pack, aside from the one time they released a pack of the top 5 minifigures in 2012. The two things that I think have increased this problem is the fact that with blind boxes now, people just use a phone scanner and see what figure is in the package in less than a second. There's also the fact that there's a lot more AFOLs or adult fans of LEGO who will look for a specific sought after fig to army build, and especially the castle ones. And to be clear, I am one of these people, but am I really at fault for this supply issue because I simply want to collect a lot of a certain figure? I would argue no, but we'll get into that later. Now personally, I think with the current system, allowing the boxes to be scannable is the only way to keep CMFs even somewhat fair, because otherwise it's straight up gambling and you have people at stores tearing into all the boxes like what happened with the Marvel's Series 2 figures. But of course, the other issue is the fact that it's not as simple as going into any store with the CMF and scanning boxes till you find the figure you want, because other people can go in before you do. A simple fact is that supply and demand shape the value of each figure due to LEGO essentially making an equal amount of every figure. A figure like the hamster costume fan can be easily purchased for under $3 on Bricklink. This means the second you open the package, the figure is worth less than if you just went to the store and returned it. That's the problem with creating an excess supply of mediocre figures and having the same amount of supply per figure when it comes to ones like the Wolfpack Beastmaster that's extremely sought after and goes for around $15 on the aftermarket. The frustrating thing is the fact that LEGO is artificially creating these supply issues by only releasing these figures in the same quantity as every other figure in the series. The only reason scalpers exist is because of this issue. If they can easily go into a store and sell what they bought for 3x the price instantly, I think it shows a clear issue with not having enough supply of said product. Something I've heard brought up many times is that people just shouldn't buy all of 1 or 2 figures they want at a store so that other people can get them. Some people will go as far as to say someone is scalping by buying all the minifigures from a store, even if they aren't reselling them. And this is a big thing that seems to bring up this debate in a lot of LEGO circles. Now, if you want to leave some of the figures so other people can get them, great, that's really nice of you. But at the end of the day, it's not the people who buy the figures' fault that LEGO has created this supply issue, in my opinion. I'm not a bad person for wanting to buy the figures in a store instead of paying 3 times the price online. Now, I feel like the solution to this problem is pretty obvious. LEGO needs to create another way to get more of the popular figure. One solution I heard was for LEGO to just make the boxes clear or say what they have in them and create 20 times the Wolfpack or whatever the most desirable figure is. I don't think this is a realistic solution because LEGO makes good money off the blind boxes, and for some people it just wouldn't be as fun. In my opinion, the best and most realistic solution is for LEGO to allow people to buy the figures online individually. LEGO can always charge an extra $1 or 2 for this to still incentivize people to purchase the mystery boxes, but this would allow people like myself who want a large quantity of a figure to be able to get that for a reasonable price without having to take all the figures from a local store to do that. I know I would personally love not having to drive around for tens of hours over 4 months to find the quantity I need of a particular figure. The other solution that could work if LEGO wanted to keep the minifigures exclusive on shelves during their runtime is they could wait until the blind boxes are discontinued and then either put all the figure parts on Pick-a-Brick online or just sell the figures individually after the runtime of the product. I think either solution would be great as it would allow people to buy the most sought after figure without driving up the price on the aftermarket and creating huge supply and demand mismatches. What I would recommend everyone watching this do is if you think this supply issue is a problem and want to see a more fair solution, email LEGO and tell them the change that you want to see as well as explain why you feel like the system is unfair. I've talked to LEGO employees in person and online, and I've had many of them agree that the CMF system feels unfair. We need to advocate for the change we want to see, especially if you're one of the people who sits online and complains all day. Let's try our best to show LEGO that we're frustrated by the unfair system and that we want to see change. Anyways, please let me know your thoughts in the comments on the CMF system, and if you have any suggestions for making it more fair, share this video with people and get them to email LEGO. And if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe and let me know in the comments as well. As always, thank you for watching.